So this is a quick update on the new fish room. Some really cool stuff has happened, so I had to kind of go a little bit faster. But yesterday I poured this part of the slab. Today I am pouring this part of the slab. Tomorrow I will pour the back part of the slab, pardon the mess in the middle. And then we will actually be able to bring some of the tanks in. And then the middle is just going to be the drain system and everything else. So we're getting there real fast, a lot faster. I came across a gentleman getting rid of his entire fish store. So I jumped on it and I got all this. Actually, this fish store hasn't been up and running for 6 months to a year. So these tanks were just sitting dry. And these are definitely temporary tanks, but I found several gorgeous crawfish. They're in their little houses right now. Also, there's a couple Plecostomus in here. Let's see if we can see them. And I feel like I'm pronouncing this wrong, but an axolotl. It's a little lizard with gills, a little amphibian with gills. He's in there. They were just kind of living in tanks that had been turned off. His tank actually was still somewhat running, but I mean, he's been living off of, you know, oh, there's also a ton of little cherry shrimp in here, which I'm assuming that's how he has been alive, is he's been eating the cherry shrimp. So we got these guys. There's a few, you know, critters we found in these tanks that we took down and everything, but oh, all this equipment. We got tons and tons and tons and tons of equipment. This gentleman had quite the breeding station going. He had saltwater, freshwater. These are stackable tanks. The driftwood pumps, rocks. This tank here is actually gorgeous. I'm a huge fan. Sumps, crates, rock, drums, more buckets, more tanks. This just has made my fish store possibilities better than I ever thought. Some more driftwood, more plumbing. I'm processing all this out. Here's some more tanks. I think this is going to be mainly my saltwater stuff, and then I'm going to have some freshwater ponds and so on and so forth. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to do. My concrete mixer. We've been out here. I've been out here doing concrete. My brother told me he was coming today to help, but we'll see. Anyway, this is what I got off of this gentleman's fish store. I'm gonna have all this stuff hooked up and put in here, but the fish room's moving along pretty well, and I'm very ready to make this happen. So like I said, today I'm pouring this side. Yesterday I poured that side. I'm hoping that within about 7 days we'll be able to get some stuff in. The center's not quite as big of an issue as the edges are. One, because it's going to be a lot easier to do the center because the edges are now done, and you want the concrete to dry for a decent amount of time, you know, at least 7 days before you start putting a lot of weight on it. So the outside section can be dried for 7 days. The inside section can be poured next weekend, dry in a few days. We just won't put pressure on it, but we'll just line the tanks up along the building. But anyway, fish room progress. Got a couple cool little rescues. We saved some crawfish and some amphibian, an amphibian, a couple fish. They'll go into much better housing soon. This is temporary at best. They were in really bad water conditions, so I kind of just have been slowly adding cleaner water so that I didn't shock them. So save these guys. They'll go in a much better tank in a very small amount of time. But this was just, you can't see anything. This is just what I had when this happened. There was nowhere else to put them. The other fish room is so full I can't even hardly move in there. Also very excited about getting everything down here, water stations, everything else. But subscribe to my page. It's Matt's Fish Room and Fish Rescue. And thanks.